Well, this is a simple job we have, but I still wanted to film it, putting in a wall receptacle into a part of the house that didn't have one. Filming here with Lil Fitz, new member of the team. All we're doing is we're gonna be using, pulling some power coming from this light. It's the only thing that has a load on it, so we feel good about running a 15 amp outlet to it. Just have the, whatever the GCFI thing on here, but really just kind of want to briefly explain what we got here. This is the wall. It's a shallow wall. It's only 1.5 inch thick, so I had to get an old work box that was a lot thinner that would fit in the wall. I would much prefer to have a thicker one, but it's okay, not much room for wires. So let me just explain all that I've done. This wire up here has nothing connected to it right now, so it feels safe touching it. And all I've done is I've taken this wire, I cut out a hole for this to fit into, and I ran the wire all the way up the wall through the top plate, drilled a hole in the top plate, and that wire right now is just sitting up there. Once I get this connected, I'm gonna use these screws, fit it in the wall, screw it to the wall, and then what we'll do is we'll take this wire and we'll basically run it down the other top base plate where the where this switch is, and then all we're gonna do is we're just gonna nut the black to the main black power, and then share that, and we're gonna nut all the whites together, and then we should just have power straight coming to this without the switch affecting the box. But it really is overall pretty simple. Like I said, you make sure the amount of load that's on the line is good and taken care of. Quick, easy way to get an outlet in here. Main thing to keep in mind is use a stud finder. I have a stud right here, and so I wanted to make sure that I drilled just to the right or left of the stud. With the old work box, it doesn't really matter. It gives you the flexibility to put it anywhere. The main thing is you don't want to cut that hole on the stud, because then you cut this hole out and you're on the stud and you're kind of screwed, because this won't go in there and then you got to patch it. So the other thing to know where you are relative to the stud, so that whenever you drill the hole into the top base plate, you know, if I were to have drilled too far to the left of the base plate, then the stud back here, you can't really see, but I basically would be running the wire instead on this side of the stud. So I wanted to make sure I was on this side of the stud, so when I feed the wire down, it actually comes out this hole. So we're working hard. Like I said, there's no power going to this, so it's completely safe. Lil Fitzy is starting to learn the ways. Aren't you, buddy? All right, here's our little setup. I ran that wire that was from down there up in the ceiling, down base plate up here, ran it behind the wall. I pulled out this old work box and basically pulled the wire in from the bottom. Right there in the bottom, this is the new wire, and this is the wire that has power. Check, make sure everything's turned off, lights are off. So what I'm gonna do now is, with this new wire that came in, I'm gonna nut this white to this white. Then what I'm gonna do is this power, or the hot wire, I'm gonna nut these two together. And then I'm gonna use the spare wire, basically gonna nut these three together. So now the new wire to the outlet has power. It has the black and the white uninterrupted to the switch. And then with this wire, I'm gonna put this in back into the switch. And then everything should work like normal with the switch. And then we're just basically piggybacking off all the power that's inside this box. All right, here's the final setup. 3 wires nutted together, 2 wires joined together, switch wire going right here. Close it all up. Doing a quick test on the switch. Everything works there. And testing power. We got power to the outlet. Just clean it all up. Let's put the plate on. Should be good to go. And there we go. There's the final